Back once again for the renegade master. 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 Back once again for the renegade master.
Hello my renegades and welcome back. And what are we getting back into? We are getting into Bridgerton season 3, the penultimate episode before we get the rest of the episodes coming in on June 13th, which is 2 weeks away. And this episode was called Old Friends. Before we get into this episode, because I have rewatched it and rewatched it, it's got me in a chokehold. Please, as I always say, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button so when you know I'm on and doing videos. And please comment, like, share and do all the good things that you good people do, because I am on the road to 1k. And now we'll talk about this episode. As I already said, this episode had me in a raw chokehold. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even gonna start with the beginning like I always do and break it down and go through it. I'm starting from the build up to the carriage ride. That's what I'm starting from. Yeah, because even then we knew our Penelope did not know or did not have an inkling that Colin had feelings for her, like deep-seated feelings for her, and it all started from that one kiss that she asked him for, because she thought that she would die a lot old and alone and a spinster, and she just wanted something good, at least some good memory. That kiss span Colin off his axis to the point that he was literally stalking this girl. Everywhere she went, he was watching her with a very direct eye. He was stalking Penelope at the end of the day, yeah? So then he fucks it up for her at the ends, coming to the ends with Lord Deblin, because Lord Deblin kind of realises that actually Colin is very much into Penelope, and Penelope doesn't realise it but thinks it's unrequited. So when they get off the dance floor and go and have this chat, Lord Deblin literally lets her know that, you know what, he needs a wife whose feelings aren't somewhere else, in the hopes that they'll get somewhere with that person, or basically she's settling for Lord Deblin. She doesn't really want him, but she's settling for him because the person that she really does want, which is Colin, is not interested in her. So basically, as he then walks off after his grand speech with Penelope, the mother comes up. Of course her mother isn't going to care that, you know what, her daughter is upset, or actually she didn't even notice that, you know what, there's a Bridgerton after your daughter. She didn't even notice that key bit. But bearing in mind, Colin's mum noticed everything. Colin's mum knew exactly who Colin was talking about when he was talking about friends becoming lovers and being in love with their friends. Colin's mum was watching him and she knew exactly what he was talking about. That's why I say their mum is all encompassing. She notices everything and every minute difference that goes on with her children. So you see Penelope, as she does, runs out to the carriage, gets in. Not too far behind is Colin. Now, all I'm going to say is, you all know the song that they use, Pitbull's song, yeah. And they used it with just a string orchestra, so the violins and what's the bit that I can't remember what the other ones. So you got the violins and the, what's that one that just sits in between the legs, and it's like a big massive type of violin, but it's not. Oh God, you're gonna have to let me know what it's called in the comments. I don't want to make myself sound stupid, which I am right now. But anyway, as soon as the first opening bits to that open, I'm telling you, if you've watched it the way I've watched this show, you know every little peak and trough of that song. You know exactly what happened where. You know exactly when they kissed. You know the bit where it gets a little bit higher, and you know exactly when Penelope runs her fingers through his hair, and then Colin is looking at her like she is the next piece of meat on his plate, and he will die of thirst if he does not have her now. You know exactly the bit where he trails his hand down to her thigh, down to her calf muscle, all the way up to the point where she says yes. And you know what happens next. You know, he literally did tickle her fancy at the end of the day. There's a lot of memes going around with that one, I'm telling you, and majority of them are absolutely hilarious. But what I'm trying to say is that when we hear that song now, because I ain't going to be able to hear it any other way except the string quartet way. So, but when we hear that song now, we can pinpoint what bit happened in what part of the music. So each time I hear that song, 3D, 4D picture comes, boom, straight from my eyes. Ain't gonna lie, had me in a chokehold for weeks. Not even weeks, because I'm still watching the show. Because it's all I've got until the 13th of June. And it's killing me. It's literally killing me, because I'm like, what the fuck is going to happen next? Because we've seen the trailer. We know that Eloise has basically given Penelope until midnight to let Colin know exactly who Lady Whistledown is. We know the Queen has also put out her own £5,000 reward for someone to bring her the identity of Lady Whistledown, because let's not forget, Queen Charlotte and Lady Whistledown are in a pit against each other. Do you know what I mean? So she wants to uncover who this woman is, but I really well and truly don't think that they should uncover Lady Whistledown's identity, because I think it would just be one great big deflating kind of feeling, because as I said, Lady Whistledown is their gossip rag. They all love Lady Whistledown at the end of the day. Even the Queen, even though she's in a head-to-head with this woman, likes Lady Whistledown too, because she even reads her rag too. So she's very, very popular amongst the ton, and some of the lower sets as well. When they find out, they can kind of read of what's going on and all the gossip and all this, that and the other. So I'm kind of hoping that nobody finds out her identity. Cressida is very much wanting to find out the identity of Lady Whistledown, and we'll see what happens then, if she gets close at all. But we know that Colin has asked Penelope to marry him. Was waiting for that. Just like throughout all of the Bridgerton series, I was like, when is it going to be Colin and Penelope's time? When are they going to get together? Because you can see that girl loved that boy to a man for years. So as we know, it isn't looking likely that it's going to be a match between Lord Samadini and Francesca, because Francesca is rather taken with Lord Kilmartin. Even though they'd met in the street, like I think it was the previous episode, they met in the street, she heard the song. It was quite an awkward meet, because Lord Kilmartin is very straight to the point, as is Francesca as well. So she thought that the man didn't like her, because he just strode off after she talked about the music and how she wanted to hear that music that was being played in the street. He went off, and I'm telling you, if that ain't showing this man's interest, I don't know what is. He went off and created the music how she would have heard that music and how she wanted to have heard that music. She was so happy by that. And that when she was playing it, even her mum was happy for her when she explained it to her, because her mum could actually see the essence of her daughter shining out when she started to play that music to herself, in regards to this person has gone out of his way to literally do something that is of comfort to me at the end of the day. And her mum appreciated that fully, because all Violet wants is for her children to be happy. All Violet wants is for her children to connect with someone that they can either be in love with or fall in love with at the end of the day. She wants all love matches for her children. She isn't really into the picky matchy. I think she's just doing it just to basically, as part of her role, that's what she's doing it, to appease either the Queen, to appease Lady Danbury and all the other tons. But at the end of the day, all she really wants is for her children to be settled in matches with people that they love. She wants them to have the same kind of story that she had with her husband at the end of the day, and I don't think she'd settle for anything less for her children. You also see Lord Anderson, aka Marcus, Lady Danbury's brother, seems to be quite taken with Violet, and she with him as well. You see also Lady Danbury talking about how things have a way of coming back from the past, and this is where I was saying I really want to know what their situation is. I'd really like to know what happened to between the brother and sister, because to be fair, I did not know that Lady Danbury had any type of family. From the way how we saw her life in Queen Charlotte, I did not necessarily astute it to her having any other type of family, except that the fact that when she was 3 years old, she was prepared for this, for Lord Danbury, I should say. She was prepared for this older man, and that was her lot in life. And when she was at the time of getting married, she'd already been betrothed to this man from when she was 3, which is, you know, in our books, rather nasty. Yeah, rather nasty. But in them days, they saw it as okay. So we also see that Benedict is really liking Lady Tilly a lot. He even went to call on her with flowers. She didn't need that. They're getting their, like, you know, they're getting their groove on, basically. I don't know how things are going to end with those two. So I think hopefully it would be nice once it gets the ball rolling between Penelope and Colin, and the outcomes from there, and we see the outcomes in terms of what happens with Francesca and hopefully Lord Kilburn, and then we hopefully get a glimpse of what's happening with the other Bridgerton, which is Benedict, because I think Benedict is the only one at the moment who is of marriageable age. He's an eligible bachelor in the eyes of the ton, as well as his brother Colin. And all I'm going to do is end it on, it would appear that the sisters, Prudence and Philippa, may be pregnant with their matches, which is what the mother wanted. But I think the mother is going to be the bane of Penelope's existence once she finds out that a Bridgerton wants to marry her daughter. You know, because he's a very good standing and they have money too. So Penelope would want for nothing, and it would be her connection now to the Bridgerton family that she will want to foster. So all I'm going to say is, Penelope's mother is going to hang on like a motherfucking leech to this one. But that is what all I have talked up to. I am waiting with bated breath for the 13th of June. I'm kind of hoping they go in the sequence of the books themselves, but we shall see how that happens and how that works out. And I shall see you all back very, very soon. I shall be back on Monday for the first episode of Another Love Island, because that comes out on Monday. Then on the 7th of June we have a new season of Perfect Match. From what I know, we know that Trevor from the Last Love Is Blind is on there. Jess from the Last Love Is Blind is on there. So Micah from the previous Love Is Blind is on there too. So we'll see how that all works out for people at the end of the day. Because I'm thinking, so what is it with these reality TV shows? Do they just jump from one to the other and see if they can get a match somewhere? See if their world will open up to more people? I don't know. I don't know what it is. But anyway, I shall be gracing your screens very, very soon. Oh, before I go, there's also a program that I may as well start to review, which is called Queenie, and I have read the books, but I'll have to revisit to find out what happens. But I may be reviewing that one too, so watch out for that. As I always say, please hit that subscribe button, please hit that notification button so when you know I'm on and doing videos. Please comment, like, share, and do what it is that you do, because I am on the road to 1K. All I'm going to say from here out is peace out, and see you all again soon. Bye.